Hey Libra, welcome back. I have been thinking about you, and this reading actually came through quite strongly. I want to talk to you today about something really specific, and I think you are going to find this incredibly relevant to what you are experiencing right now. The question we are exploring is, are you being divinely protected from this person? And honestly, the cards have so much to say about this. Before we get into the actual reading, I just want you to take a moment and think about who comes to mind when you hear this question. There might be someone specific, or maybe there are a few people, and that is completely okay. The universe has a way of protecting us from energies and connections that are not meant for us. And sometimes we do not even realize it is happening until we look back and see how things unfolded. I shuffled the deck with your energy in mind. Libra, and I asked Spirit to show me what you need to know about this divine protection. Are you being shielded from someone who could have caused you pain or disruption? Is there someone whose energy was not aligned with your highest good? Let us see what came through, because I have to tell you the messages here are pretty clear. All right, so the first card I pulled for you is the Seven of Pentacles, and when I saw this come out, I immediately felt this sense of waiting and evaluation. This card is all about patience and assessing what you have invested your time and energy into. In the context of this question about divine protection, this is showing me that you have been in a period of waiting when it comes to this person or this connection. You might have been hoping for something to develop or change, and there has been this feeling of standing back and wondering if this is actually going somewhere. What I find really interesting about the Seven of Pentacles here is that it represents a pause before the harvest. You have planted seeds, whether that is emotional investment or time spent with this person, or even just mental energy thinking about them, and now you are in this phase of looking at what is actually growing. The divine protection aspect comes through because Spirit is showing me that this waiting period was not random. You are being held back from moving forward too quickly with this person because there was something that needed to be revealed first. Think about it this way, Libra. When you are gardening, you do not just plant something and immediately harvest it the next day. You have to wait and watch and see what actually grows. And sometimes you realize that what you planted is not going to give you the fruit you were hoping for. That is what is happening here. You have been in this evaluation phase, and the universe has been slowing things down so you could actually see this person or situation clearly without rose-colored glasses. If things had moved faster, you might have invested even more of yourself before, realizing this was not the right connection. The Seven of Pentacles is also about recognizing that not every investment pays off the way we want it to, and that is actually a blessing in disguise. You might have felt frustrated by the slowness or the lack of progress, but that delay was protective. It gave you time to see things you might have otherwise missed. It gave you space to question whether this person is really aligned with what you want and need in your life. The divine protection here is in the pause itself, because sometimes the best thing Spirit can do for us is slow us down before we make a mistake. I'm also picking up that this person might have seemed really promising at first. Maybe there was potential or chemistry or something that made you think this could be something good. But the Seven of Pentacles is showing that as you have waited and watched, you have started to notice that the growth is not what you expected. Maybe their actions do not match their words, or maybe you are seeing sides of them that do not sit right with you. The universe was protecting you by giving you this observation period, and I think you are starting to see why that was necessary. The second card that came out is the Queen of Wands, and oh Libra, this is such a powerful card for you right now. The Queen of Wands is confident, independent, and she knows her worth. She does not settle for less than she deserves, and she has this incredible ability to see through BS. When this card shows up in a reading about divine protection, it is telling me that your own inner strength and intuition have been part of what is protecting you from this person. Here is what I am seeing. You might not have fully recognized it yet, but there is a part of you that has been resisting this connection. Even if consciously you wanted things to work out or you were hoping for more, there was something deeper inside you that was keeping you from fully opening up to this person. That is the Queen of Wands energy. She is selective about who she lets into her world, and she does not ignore red flags just because she wants companionship. The Queen of Wands is also telling me that you are being called to step into your power right now. Part of divine protection is not just about the universe keeping bad things away from you, but also about you recognizing your own value and setting boundaries. This person might have been testing those boundaries, whether intentionally or not, and the fact that you have not completely let them in is a sign that your intuition was working, even if your conscious mind was not fully on board. Yet, I am getting the sense that this person might have wanted more access to you than you were comfortable giving. Maybe they were pushing for commitment or more of your time or deeper intimacy, and something in you was holding back. That holding back was not fear or insecurity, Libra. That was wisdom. That was the Queen of Wands inside you saying, "Hold on, let me make sure this person is worthy of my energy first." And honestly, I think what you are going to discover through this reading is that your instincts were absolutely right. The Queen of Wands is also a reminder that you do not need anyone to complete you. You are whole on your own, and any person who comes into your life should add to that wholeness, not take away from it. If this person was making you feel like you had to dim your light or compromise your standards or question yourself, that is not divine alignment. That is a sign that you are being protected from a connection that would have diminished you rather than elevated you. The universe wants you with someone who matches your energy and celebrates who you are, and if this person was not doing that, then yes, you are absolutely being divinely protected from them. Now the third card is the Magician, and this one is really interesting because the Magician is all about manifestation and having all the tools you need to create your reality. When this card appears in this context, it is telling me that this person might have seemed like they had a lot to offer. They might have presented themselves as someone who could give you what you want, or who had their life together, or who was capable and confident. The Magician energy can be very attractive because it feels like this person knows what they are doing and has the resources to back it up. But here is the thing about the Magician that people do not always talk about. This card can also represent manipulation and illusion. The Magician has all the tools on the table, but those tools can be used for good or they can be used to deceive. In a reading about divine protection, I am seeing that this person might have been showing you one version of themselves while hiding another. They might have been very good at presenting a certain image or saying the right things, but underneath that there was something that did not match up. I am feeling like this person might have love bombed you at the beginning or came on really strong with promises and grand gestures. The Magician energy can be very intense and charismatic, and it can sweep you off your feet if you are not careful. But the divine protection comes in because something prevented you from falling completely under that spell. Maybe circumstances kept you apart, or maybe there were interruptions that broke the momentum, or maybe you just had moments of clarity where you could see through the illusion. The Magician reversed, which is the energy I am picking up here, can indicate someone who is all talk and no follow-through. They might have talked about all the things they wanted to do with you, or how they were going to treat you, or what kind of relationship you could have, but when it came time to actually show up, they did not. That inconsistency between words and actions is a huge red flag, and the fact that you noticed it even if you tried to overlook. It shows that you were being protected from getting in too deep with someone who was not being authentic. Another aspect of the Magician in this reading is about this person potentially using their skills or charm to manipulate situations to their advantage. Maybe they were really good at making you feel special when they wanted something from you, but then would pull back when it suited them. Maybe they knew exactly what to say to keep you interested without actually committing. That hot and cold behavior is classic Magician reversed energy, and it is actually a blessing that you experienced it early on, rather than after you had invested years of your life into this connection. The fourth card I pulled is the Page of Pentacles, and this is giving me such specific energy about this person. The Page of Pentacles represents someone who is just starting out on their journey, whether that is in their career, their personal development, or their understanding of what they want in life. This card is showing me that this person was not ready for what you are ready for. They were not on your level in terms of maturity or stability or commitment, and that mismatch was actually one of the main ways you were being divinely protected. You see, Libra, you are someone who values partnership and harmony, and when you decide you want something real with someone, you are ready to build that. But the Page of Pentacles indicates someone who is still figuring things out. They might have good intentions, and they might genuinely like you, but they are not in a place where they can give you what you need. They are still learning, still exploring, still not quite sure what they want, and trying to build something solid with someone in that phase is like trying to build a house on sand. It just does not work. The divine protection here is that the universe knew if you had gotten seriously involved with this person, you would have ended up frustrated and disappointed. You would have been waiting for them to meet you where you are, while they were still back at the starting line. That is not a judgment on them as a person, but it is a reality about where they are in their journey versus where you are in yours. And Spirit loves you too much to let you waste your time trying to drag someone up to your level when they are not ready to be there. I am also getting that this person might have shown a lot of potential. Maybe they talked about their goals and dreams, and you could see what they could become. But potential is not the same as reality. The Page of Pentacles is full of potential but has not actualized it yet. You cannot be in a relationship with someone's potential Libra. You have to be in a relationship with who they are right now, in this moment. And who they are right now is not ready for you, and the universe made sure you did not fully commit before realizing that. There is also something here about financial or practical stability. The Page of Pentacles can indicate someone who is not quite established yet, whether that is financially or in terms of having their life together. Maybe this person was going through transitions or dealing with instability, and while you might have been understanding and supportive deep down, you knew that was not the foundation you wanted to build on. You were being protected from taking on someone else's chaos or becoming their stabilizing force when you deserve a partner, not a project card. Number 5 is the Hierophant, and when I pulled this, I felt this sense of traditional values and commitments. The Hierophant is about doing things the right way, following established paths, and honoring commitments and traditions. In the context of this reading about divine protection, this card is showing me that this person might not have had the same values or view of commitment that you have. They might have been more casual about things that you take seriously, and that fundamental difference was something you were being protected from. Libra, you are someone who, when you commit, you really commit. You believe in doing things properly and treating relationships with respect and building something meaningful. The Hierophant energy is strong in you, even if you do not always recognize it. But this person might have had a very different approach. Maybe they were more interested in keeping things casual or avoiding labels or not defining what you were to each other. Maybe they had a history of not following through on commitments, or they had a pattern of relationships that did not last because they could not fully show up. The divine protection here is that you are being saved from entering into something with someone who fundamentally does not value commitment the way you do. That might sound simple, but it is actually huge. When two people have different values around commitment and relationships, it does not matter how much attraction or chemistry or good times you have together. Eventually, that difference is going to cause major problems and usually a lot of pain for the person who wanted more, which would have been you. I'm also seeing that this person might have had some issues with commitment in general that went beyond just your connection. The Hierophant can represent institutions and established structures, and when it appears in a reading like this, it can indicate someone who rebels against anything that feels too structured or traditional. Maybe they have trouble committing to jobs or living situations or friendships. Maybe they have a pattern of running when things start to feel too real. That is not someone you want to tie your life to, Libra. And the universe knew that even if you were not ready to admit it to yourself yet. The Hierophant is also telling me that there might be some societal or external factors that were protecting you as well. Maybe your friends or family had concerns about this person. Maybe there were circumstances that made a relationship impractical or complicated. Sometimes divine protection comes through external barriers that keep us from making choices we would later regret. If there were obstacles in the way of you two getting together, those might have been blessings rather than frustrations. The 6th card is the Star. And oh my goodness, Libra. This card is so beautiful and so hopeful. The Star is about hope healing and knowing that better things are coming. In this reading, it is showing me that yes, you are absolutely being divinely protected from this person because the universe has something so much better in store for you. The Star is telling you not to lose faith even if you felt disappointed or confused about why this connection did not work out the way you wanted it to. There is a reason, and that reason is that you are meant for something more aligned and more fulfilling. The Star appears after the Tower in the Tarot, which means it represents the hope and renewal that comes after destruction or upheaval. Even if this situation with this person has not felt dramatic, it might have still shaken you a bit or made you question things. Maybe you wondered if you were being too picky or if you should just give them a chance, or if you were going to regret not pursuing this connection. The star is here to tell you that you were absolutely right to listen to your intuition, and any disappointment you feel right now is temporary. What I love about the star in this position is that it is showing me your future is bright. The person you are being protected from was not meant to be in your long-term story. They were a chapter, maybe even just a few pages, but they were not the main character of your love story. The star is illuminating the path ahead and showing you that when you are with the right person, you will not have to question it so much. You will not have to wonder if they are ready, or if they are being honest, or if they value the same things you do. It will flow in a way that feels natural and right. The star is also about healing, and I am getting that this situation might have brought up some old wounds or insecurities for you. Maybe it triggered fears about not being chosen, or not being enough, or not finding the right person. But the universe is using this as an opportunity for you to heal those wounds and recognize your worth. You are being protected from this person so that you can do the inner work that will prepare you for the real thing. Sometimes what looks like rejection is actually redirection towards something better. I am also picking up that the star wants you to stay hopeful and keep your heart open. Just because this person was not right for you does not mean love is not coming. In fact, the opposite is true. By being protected from this wrong connection, you are being kept available for the right one. The star is a promise from the universe that you are on the right path, even if it does not always feel that way. Trust the timing, trust the process, and trust that what is meant for you will not miss you. Card 7 is the Knight of Wands, and wow, this is giving me such clear energy about who this person is. The Knight of Wands is passionate, impulsive, and always chasing the next adventure. He is exciting and charismatic, and he sweeps in with a lot of energy and intensity. But here is the thing about the Knight of Wands that you need to understand, Libra. He does not stay. He is not built for long-term commitment or stability. He is a free spirit, and while that can be attractive and intoxicating, it is not what you need if you are looking for something real and lasting. I am seeing that this person probably came into your life like a whirlwind. Maybe things felt really exciting at first, and there was this sense of possibility and adventure. The Knight of Wands has a way of making everything feel urgent and important and special. But underneath all that passion, there is a lack of follow-through. The Knight of Wands is great at starting things, but not so great at finishing them. He gets bored easily, and once the initial excitement wears off, he is already looking toward the next thing. The divine protection here is so clear. You are being saved from getting your heart broken by someone who was never going to be able to give you the consistency and stability you need. The Knight of Wands might have made you feel amazing in the moment, but those moments would not have lasted. Eventually, you would have found yourself constantly wondering when you were going to see him next, or why he was not texting back, or why he seemed so into you one day and distant the next. That hot and cold energy is exhausting, and you are being protected from having to experience that long term. I am also getting that this person might still be on their own journey of self-discovery. The Knight of Wands is always searching for something, whether he knows what it is or not. He is not grounded enough to be a real partner, and if you had gotten seriously involved with him, you would have ended up feeling like you were constantly chasing or trying to pin him down. That is not a relationship, Libra. That is a game, and you do not deserve to be with someone who makes you feel uncertain or unstable. Another thing about the Knight of Wands is that he can be selfish without even realizing it. He is so focused on his own adventures and desires that he does not always consider how his actions affect other people. If you had been with this person, you might have found yourself constantly accommodating his needs and schedule and wants while your own got pushed to the side. The universe loves you too much to let you become a supporting character in someone else's story, and that is exactly what would have happened if this had gone further. The 8th card is the Hermit, and this is such a profound card to pull in this reading. The Hermit is about solitude, introspection, and inner wisdom. In the context of divine protection, this card is showing me that you needed space from this person to connect with yourself and your own inner knowing. The Hermit is telling me that part of the protection was about giving you the clarity that only comes when you step back and reflect, without the noise of someone else's energy influencing you. Sometimes we get so caught up in the potential of a connection or the excitement of having someone interested in us that we lose touch with what we actually feel and need. The Hermit appears when it is time to turn inward and really listen to that quiet voice inside that knows the truth. I am seeing that you might have had moments where you were alone and really thought about this person and this connection, and you had doubts or questions or concerns. Those moments of solitude were divine guidance, showing you that something was not quite right. The Hermit is also about seeking wisdom and truth. This card is showing me that you have been on a journey of understanding yourself better and what you really want in a partner and in a relationship. This person came into your life during that journey, but they were not meant to be the destination. They were more like a mirror showing you what you do not want or what does not work for you. Every connection teaches us something, even the ones that do not work out, and this person taught you more about your boundaries and your standards and your non-negotiables. I'm getting that this period of being protected from this person has actually been a gift of self-discovery. The Hermit walks alone with a lantern lighting his path, and that is what you have been doing, Libra. You have been finding your own light and your own truth without someone else distracting you or pulling you off course. That inner work is so valuable, and it is preparing you for when the right person does come along, because you will know yourself well enough to recognize them. The Hermit can also indicate that this person themselves might be someone who needs to be alone right now. Maybe they have their own inner work to do, and they are not in a place where they can be in a healthy relationship with anyone. If that is the case, then the divine protection was mutual. You are both being guided away from each other, so you could each do the work you need to do on your own. There is wisdom in recognizing when someone is not ready, and the universe made sure you did not have to learn that lesson the hard way. The 9th card is Wheel of Fortune, and this is telling me that timing has played a huge role in this divine protection. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, destiny, and the natural flow of life. Things happen when they are meant to happen, and sometimes things do not happen because they are not meant to. In this reading, the Wheel of Fortune is showing me that the timing was off with this person. Even if everything else had been perfect, which it was not, the universal timing was not aligned for you two to be together. You know how sometimes you meet someone and it just feels like the timing is wrong? Maybe you are in different places in your lives, or one of you is dealing with something that makes a relationship impossible, or you just keep missing each other in terms of availability and readiness. That is the Wheel of Fortune energy. It is not always about the people themselves being wrong for each other, but about the circumstances and the timing not being in alignment. And when the universe does not want something to happen, it makes sure there are obstacles and delays and interruptions that keep it from manifesting. I am seeing that there might have been multiple instances where it seemed like things were about to move forward with this person, but then something would happen to prevent it. Maybe plans would fall through, or communication would break down, or outside circumstances would interfere. Those were not random occurrences, Libra. Those were the universe redirecting you. The Wheel of Fortune is showing me that every time something blocked the progression of this connection, it was divine intervention, making sure you did not get in too deep with someone who was not meant for you. The Wheel of Fortune also reminds us that nothing stays the same forever. What is happening now will not be what is happening 6 months from now. If you have been feeling stuck or frustrated about this situation, know that the wheel is turning and bringing new energy and new opportunities into your life. This person is part of a chapter that is closing, and the next turn of the wheel is going to bring you something that is actually aligned with your highest good. Trust that the universe knows what it is doing even when you cannot see the full picture yet. There is also something here about karma and destiny. The Wheel of Fortune can indicate that this person was in your life for a specific reason, maybe to teach you something or to redirect your path, but they were never meant to be a permanent fixture. Some people come into our lives as catalysts or teachers, and once they have served that purpose, the universe moves them out of our path. That might be what is happening here. This person showed you something you needed to see about yourself or about what you want. And now that the lesson is learned, it is time for both of you to move on to what is actually meant for you. The 10th and final card is King of Pentacles, and this is such a powerful card to end on. The King of Pentacles represents stability, security, abundance, and maturity. He is someone who has built something real and lasting. He is generous and reliable, and he knows how to create and maintain a solid foundation. In this reading, the King of Pentacles is showing me what you actually deserve and what is coming for you. This card is the universe's way of saying you were being protected from that person because I have someone so much better planned for you. The King of Pentacles is the complete opposite of what you were dealing with, where this person might have been unstable or unreliable or immature. The King of Pentacles is grounded and dependable and fully established in his life. Where this person might have been all talk and no action, the King of Pentacles shows up and follows through. Where this person might have made you feel uncertain or anxious, the King of Pentacles will make you feel secure and valued. That is what the universe is protecting you for, Libra. Not just protecting you from the wrong thing, but protecting you for the right thing. I am seeing that the King of Pentacles energy is either someone who is coming into your life soon, or it is the energy you need to embody yourself as you move forward. If it is a person, this is someone who has their life together. They are financially stable, emotionally mature, and they know what they want. They are not going to play games or send mixed signals or keep you guessing. They are going to be clear and consistent, and they are going to treat you with the respect and care you deserve. If the King of Pentacles represents an energy you need to embody, then this is about you standing firm in your worth and your standards. It is about not settling for less than you deserve just because you are tired of waiting or because someone gives you attention. The King of Pentacles knows his value and does not compromise on what matters. He builds slowly and carefully because he understands that anything worth having takes time and effort. That is the energy you need to carry with you, Libra, as you move forward from this situation. The King of Pentacles is also about abundance and prosperity. This card is telling me that when you are with the right person, your life will feel abundant. Not just financially, though, that might be part of it, but emotionally, spiritually, in every way. You will feel filled up and supported and like you are building something meaningful together. That is such a contrast to what you were experiencing with this other person, where you probably felt like you were doing all the work or constantly questioning or feeling depleted rather than fulfilled. So Libra, to answer the question that started this whole reading, yes, you are absolutely being divinely protected from this person. Every card that came through showed me a different aspect of why this connection was not meant for you, and how the universe was working behind the scenes to keep you safe from heartbreak, disappointment, and wasted time. The delays, the doubts, the obstacles, the moments of clarity, those were all divine protection in action. I know it might not always feel like protection, especially if you had hopes or feelings for this person. But I promise you, when you look back on this from the other side, when you are with someone who is actually right for you, you are going to be so grateful that this did not work out. You are going to see all the red flags you maybe did not want to acknowledge, and you are going to recognize how much pain you were saved from. The universe loves you, Libra, and it is always working in your favor, even when it does not feel that way in the moment. Trust your intuition. Trust the process and know that something so much better is on its way to you. The King of Pentacles energy is waiting and you are being prepared to receive it. Stay true to yourself, do not settle, and know that you are worthy of a love that feels easy and right and supportive.
Thank you for being here and allowing me to share these messages with you.
I hope this brought you clarity and peace about this situation.